Hi, folks. Happy Labor Day. My name is Cy Khan, and I am so honored that I was invited by the Library of Congress to perform in their 2020 Homegrown Music at Home series. I am at home here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wish I could be in Washington, D.C. live, but we all need to be careful as we can right now. It's an obligation to community and to the other people we love around us. I am honored to share the stage tonight with the wonderful Joe Jenks, my friend and union brother, an extraordinary musician, and someone with a good heart and a commitment to human rights. This is just one in the series. The American Folklife Center will release a concert each Wednesday from now through the end of the month, through September 30th at noon East Coast time. And after the concert, you'll be able to drop by and say hi in the chat. I'm looking forward to that. The Library of Congress is of extraordinary importance to me because at the age of 15, quite by accident, I stumbled into what was then called the Archive of Folk Music, and I discovered field recordings and traditional music. That has been at the heart of my life ever since. So I want to start with a song that I learned from one of the LPs, the translucent red plastic albums I bought that year at the age of 15 at the Library of Congress. It's called The House Carpenter. And I think this is appropriate because we're honoring on Labor Day two types of workers, carpenters, and also, as you learn, a sailor. And this is from a series of songs that have the theme known as the Revenant, French for the one who returns. In these songs, someone who has died, often a sailor, returns from the dead in human form again to bring their lover back with them to that kingdom of the dead. Well met, you old true love. Well met, cried he. I've just returned from the salt sea, from the land where the grass grows green. And I could have married a king's daughter there, and she would have married me, but I forsook the golden crown. And it's all for the sake of thee. If you'll forsake your house carpenter and come and go with me, I'll take you where the grass grows green, in the land by the banks of the sea. She went and she picked up her tiny babe. Kisses gave him 1, 2, 3, saying, stay at home with your papa dear, and keep him good company. She went and she dressed in her very best, as everyone could see. She glittered and she glistened, and proudly she walked the streets by the banks of the sea. They hadn't been sailing but about 3 weeks. At the most it was but 4, when that fine lady began for to weep, and her weeping never ceased anymore. Are you mourning for your house carpenter? Are you mourning for your store? No, I'm mourning for my own wee babe that I never will see anymore. They had not been sailing but about 3 weeks. At the most, it was but 4 when the ship sprang a leak to the bottom of the sea, and she sank to rise no more. That was The House Carpenter, recorded in 1941 as sung by Texas Gladden in Salem, Virginia, one of our great American female ballad singers. I find that rooting myself in the old songs has enriched my own songwriting and my performance by imbuing it with the passion, the depth that a song that's 100, 200 years old could do. And I also draw on these songs so when a younger or older beginning artist says, what can I do to deepen my craft, to improve my craft, I say, root yourself in the old songs. Listen to them, study them, learn to sing them. Practice singing a cappella when the human voice, which was the first instrument ever, except maybe a couple of rocks, is all you have to count on. You learn to do things that you don't learn to do when you're playing with an instrument. So I'm going to do 2 songs in a row to illustrate this. The first is Another Man Done Gone. It was recorded in the 30s by the great Alan Lomax from Vera Hall, an African-American singer in Alabama. Lomax said that of all the singers he recorded, she had the purest voice and singing style. Not bad praise for a man who recorded for 70 years all over the world. And then I'm going to follow that with a song that I wrote called On the Chain Gang. So listen to the way in which I borrow lines and phrases from Another Man Done Gone for On the Chain Gang.
Another man done gone, another man done gone from the county farm, another man done gone. I didn't know his name, I didn't know his name, didn't know his name, I didn't know his name. He had a long chain on, he had a long chain on, had a long chain on, he had a long chain on. He killed another man, he killed another man, killed another man, he killed another man. I don't know where he's gone, I don't know where he's gone, don't know where he's gone, I don't know where he's gone. I'm gonna walk your log, I'm gonna walk your log, gonna walk your log, I'm gonna walk your log. I saw them by the highway as the sky was turning gray, like ghosts from another century in the heat of the southern day. On the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah. So I drove a little faster past these ghosts so black and white, with a car door locked securely against the dark of a southern night. On the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah. Once white folks were the masters, black folks were the slaves, and they only found salvation in the rest of an early grave. On the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah. But we heard the cannon thunder, we saw the old South fall. Now the companies are the owners and the masters of us all. On the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah. So chain gangs work the highways, the prisoners come and go, but the face of wealth and power is still as white as snow. On the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah. I saw him by the river, he had a long chain on, he was running like the devil, another man done gone. From the chain gang, Lord, from the chain gang, oh yeah, from the chain gang, Lord, from the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah, on the chain gang, Lord, on the chain gang, oh yeah.
One of my very favorite Library of Congress records is called Versions and Variants of Barbara Allen. Barbara Allen, also known as Barbara Allen, is one of the oldest of the English ballads, traced back somewhere in the 17th century. And this album has some 24 or more traditional singers, each singing a couple verses from their version of Barbara Allen. This is my version. I've forgotten the verse, and I'm still looking for it. It ends up, now I am a die, and if you know it, please tell me. And I think this is probably an amalgam of verses from many, many different traditional singers.
In Scarlet Town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth cry, well a day, and her name was Barbary Allen. 'Twas in the merry month of May, when the green buds they were swelling, sweet William all on his deathbed lay, for the love of Barbary Allen. He sent his servant to the town, to the place where she was dwelling, saying, my master's sick, and he calls for you, if your name be Barbary Allen. Then slowly, slowly she went out, and slowly she drew nigh him, until she drew the curtains back. Says, young man, I think you're dying. Oh, yes, I'm sick. I'm very, very sick. And I never will be well until I have the love of one, the love of Barbary Allen. Do you remember in yonder town, in the place where you were dwelling, you gave a toast to the ladies all, but you slighted Barbary Allen? Oh, yes, I remember it well. In the place where I was dwelling, I gave a toast to the ladies all, but my heart to Barbary Allen. He turned his pale face to the wall, and death was in him swelling. Adieu, adieu, my dear friends all, be kind to Barbary Allen. Then slowly, slowly she walked out. She heard his death bell knelling, and every stroke to her did say, hard-hearted Barbary Allen. Oh, mother, come make my bed. Come make it long and narrow. Sweet William died out of love for me, and I will die of sorrow. And Father, oh Father, come dig my grave. Come dig it deep and narrow. Sweet William died only yesterday, and I will die tomorrow. They buried her in the old churchyard. Sweet William's grave was nigh her. Out of sweet William's heart there grew a red rose. Out of Barbary Allen's a briar. They grew and grew in the old churchyard, till they could grow no higher. At the end they tied a true lover's knot, and the rose grew round the briar.
I want to close with a song I wrote just a couple weeks ago. It's called Freedom is a Constant Song. Literally 50 years ago, I went south to join the Southern Civil Rights Movement. I worked with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, known as SNCC for its initials, which was the young people's wing of the Civil Rights Movement that believed in living and working among the people. I was stationed in Forest City, Arkansas, named after the Confederate cavalry leader, General Nathan Bedford Forrest, who was the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. And many of the songs I sing, many of the freedom songs, I learned then. Please join me in remembering why we should support Black Lives Matter, why we should support justice for all people in this country, in the world. That's what we're here on earth to do. I remember 1965 in a country church singing freedom songs. Good people struggling to survive, asking, why must we wait so long? Late this evening I can hear through my window high above young marchers singing back the fear against the chill of a dream gone wrong. They bring us courage, hope, and love, for freedom is a constant song. Freedom is a constant song. 50 years since I first learned these songs of longing to be free. Past all the bridges that they've burned, they hearten and encourage me. Late this evening I can hear through my window high above young marchers singing back the fear against the chill of a dream gone wrong. They bring us courage, hope, and love, for freedom is a constant song. Freedom is a constant song. I am so grateful that tonight
I saw these marchers come again. No work to do except what's right. No words to say except amen. Late this evening I can hear through my window high above young marchers singing back the fear against the chill of a dream gone wrong. They bring us courage, hope, and love, for freedom is a constant song. Freedom is a constant song.
Folks, thanks so much for joining me today for this special Labor Day concert hosted by the Library of Congress. Stay tuned for Joe Jakes, and thanks to the Library of Congress for hosting this series and for keeping the music of this country and of the world alive and preserved for all of us. So many languages, so many cultures, so many wonderful songs. You know, if you go to their website, there's lots of amazing sound recordings. It's www, that's for World Wide Web, it's LOC, oh, I should say, .LOC, Library of Congress, .gov, for government, that's our government, the one that's supposed to be preserving democracy for all of us, and then /folklife. Really wonderful to be with all of you. Thanks for the work you do to make this world a better, kinder, more just place. And thanks for carrying the music on. This is Cy Kahn. Happy Labor Day.